nuance and a fresh twist. And the grass suffers and the ground shakes. We are always plugged in issues, dissecting events as they unfold across every sector of human concerns. Stay tuned to the Sɪᴛᴜ3 FM, the Situation Room. We are always watching.
That's why again say there, the eyes have it.
The president must know that
265 lives have been lost to fuel tanker explosions in Nigeria. Guess what? Twice of that number have perished in the last 2 years from overturned tankers. Ask yourself, is it worth the risk? The answer is a resounding no. Scooping fuel from an overturned petrol tanker is not just risky, it is downright suicidal. Petrol, diesel, kerosene, the line to stay alive. Whenever you see an overturned tanker of people attempting to scoop fuel, flee immediately or alert the relevant authority otherwise. Remember, fuel scooping is deadly. Don't take the risk. Stay alive, be alive, and live well. I want it's 4 p.m. I want it between 1 to 3 p.m. on Wednesdays, 4 to 5:30 p.m. every other night. And then we come up here. I would always call it. By the way, in local government election in Lagos State on the show. Remember when we started this in time, luxury of his presence. And to the show today's Thursday, what I mean today. And together we look at some key major issues, discussion on those topics all through the week. The unfortunate situation that will bring up people, that absolutely, is a conflict manager and. One of the security in the state is a peace building and human rights advocate, an expert in conflict resolution and conflict. And remember, the early hours of Monday, about 57 people, that is the tribe that occupies that local government. The show, he was telling me that, it holds no value. Witness some of evil and the unending circle of ethnic and the religious. And so if we say we are declaring a state of emergency on food security because of the high cost of food years, and it's been consistent attack. Remember, 2 local governments of Plateau State, that's Bassa and it was an attack that went on for about 5 hours. The attackers came on motorcycle and the villages, and these attacks went on unchecked almost 2 years down the line. I'm not sure if there's ending, and then the government would always come up, and then it ends that way, and then the cycle continues, and then another violence comes up, and then the same thing goes on again. And there says section 14 subsection 2b very clearly, the government must protect the lives and properties of the nation. Is who are you building those things for? The people that are getting killed by the day. So I've been wondering if it's the 6th in less than 2 that the president is the commander in. They are all under president. The president remain in Plateau State. Their party or the people that swore something the president can do, but we've also put it vis-a-vis the unfortunate declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. An oil pipeline was set ablaze, it was declared, but look at what is happening in Plateau State. Almost 155 issue. The French connection, like I posted, or what uses the president working visit to France when the Middle Belt is burnt is 7-11. The majority in the Delta State, for instance, not a single senator Iɪrsᴛᴜ, and as the chairman House Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Party Senator from Delta State, and he's already saying, the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu would complete his 2nd term. That's 8 years in office, and he's a PDP governor. Coalition whatsoever. What do you make up of all of this? And there are also words on the streets as already PDP governors already packing their bags to decamp to Bayelsa in November 2023, and then one in APC had won 4 of those elections. see any threats to our democracy. I mean, should we be worried that the country political parties that went into that election in 2023, they were just, what happened to the Labour Party that had over 6 million votes to the APC? So what happens to the other? Is it not just the easy piece for the APC to go into the 2020? It depends on what part of the AI and complaining and wailing and crying today. And the bottom certification trillion out of the Nigerian leader so that he would have an idea. Have you joined us again? It's another Thursday. You've listened to all of
I won't ask you how you are. I think on the last where we are starting our discussion today,
exactly.
Let me tell you something, at least from my own knowledge. This company was aware of this company about 10 offices. He is in a large frame that wants to transact business with such an organization because you see the certificate. What would I tell you? And if for at least 7 months, without being challenged by any of these agencies, whether EFCC, as some people told us that we in Nigeria are somewhat of Alægo. And and so intelligence gathering agencies need to do more. Checking the responsibility of agencies and some for this. Not kind around. That they got more than 400, only transacted in dollars, not in naira. Because when I was approached about maybe our appetite for money, that 30 days, I think we are going to have 100%. And if those reference, that, what do they do with that money that gives them such humongous profit? Are they no? Are they great again? Because I don't know any business anybody can of 100% in 300%. Because to them, they might check your savings in some you have 3%. But the value of a business 100% in 30 days. So they don't want to fall. I think some of us will quickly remove our money. So once they do not provide me such interest, so I said what happened. So these people operated without a long time press list. One the PRO of EFCC issues around the world, not specifically mentioning one that if the EFCC indeed is clear in the we allowed more than 7-8 months in a country with 1.3 trillion. I'm not talking of billions. We are talking of trillions. Yeah. Just imagine how many states with the current account that runs to trillion of naira, apart from Lagos and few other states. How many states? Not only Nigerians, you increase poverty index. Change, no value, a change for it. You get many people out of job. We learned more than 68 people already of all these implications on which they are gullible. But no matter how gullible that, as some of us are maybe because of the nature of job we do, right? But there's a country. What are they doing? Everywhere you have CBEX office with straight certificate operate,
which is not even legal.
Is against. They are operating on Nigerian soil. Why out the Nigerian government? We knew how dollars, and they did it that they made as much as they wanted to make that, and the sweat of Nigerians that this that. The money, maybe I'm not a economic expert. Volume of money on the micro and macro economics of Nigeria. I'm sure traders will have lost all their savings to this. They will join unemployment market, wherever price, you understand? But they also will join the willing Nigerians crying things are hard, things that will happen to us. And you now begin to wonder what is happening in this country.
Hey.
So, we've seen many. So, but I think our security agencies should do more. I think they should go and tell that to parents. I think for EFCC, you understand? Are they domiciled in Nigerian banks? Business transaction that two people they are in your physical wallet. So you save it in a wallet.
In a wallet.
You have said what I'm talking about at any point in time. People be carrying 100,000, 200,000 around. Oh, that's why these people are carrying this money because it's always difficult to promise that they know we have to do it for long. The next 3 months, I don't want to say what the of
even some of the new generation banks that we have now, their financial stability is not even in countries that all of this are Ponzi scheme and unbelievable promise of return on investment is something else. But like the agencies now, the EFCC, Interpol, FBI are coming into it. All of this looks like it's gone. I mean, let's be sincere with ourselves. Not wanting to kill the hopes of the people, Mr. DMing. The same way is going to be one of those songs, one of those stories, and everybody would move on. Because I even participate, are also beneficiaries of this. You may want to blame the people for falling victim of such, but should they not also be protected?
We can blame some more suspecting Nigerians, all right? We can blame their greed. We can blame some for being gullible. We can also can I say? I will not in any way about it. But the physical of EFCC were put there in the country. You see those things there as well in this country. Do we know in many rural, not only rural, even in Lagos, that took people in their various in the market at will, but they registered. Who is looking at them to ensure that certificate the display are genuine? We are operating too much in loose country. Go to any market, you see in anywhere, and they are operating. They are collecting people's money. The other side will disappear. Try at the government that government is not doing anything. And whereas if government is doing something else anyway, they will have to be protected. Security agencies. Their property is not be done.
Denouncing those certificates.
Disclaiming that who gave them. If they did not give them, why did where were the operatives of EFCC? We are there everywhere in every they have office in Lagos. Senior government office in Lagos at Cody, they must be more vigilant than just protect Nigerians in this country. We have enough regulations to protect Nigerians in this country. But nobody is implementing. Most of the agencies have found one thing of implementing the reasons why they were established. And that's the problem we are talking here now. I'm not defending the gullible ones that fell into the trap. But we are looking at removing 1.3 trillion from the Nigerian economy without any corresponding Lagos, Calabar, Coastal for the period of 4 or 5 or 7 years. Just within one day, somebody got blocked. Communication will soon be so known, so manifested, that all of running a grocery shop, sending things for you people. But we saw there, I think, doing well with his small-scale business suddenly folded because of this, now begging everybody in the street. A tenant that maybe doing one or two things, because we've had more beggars on the streets, and we suddenly increase more poverty and poor people. We use I don't know how to put it, to drag many people into poverty net in this country. And I think they are, for those days, at least to bury their heads in shame. Let's put it that you do or what you not do. Nobody celebrates efforts. But don't produce results. To produce results. And maybe it was in November, October last year that EFCC said, well, with our investigation, we did not, with the law of the country, did they red flag? Did they arrest some of their staff or directors? By now, what Nigerians, some people brought them here, some people are working with them, some people know these guys. How many of them have been arrested? What about did they release to Nigerians that their directors have been arrested? Some of their staff cannot come to Nigeria without having Nigerian collaborators. Have they arrested their Nigerian collaborators? It is red flag, but I think you are doing something. How many people have they arrested? You have talking this matter. People have they come out to identify? Okay, these are the people in charge. Declare them wanted, or ask them to report. So the government is the responsibility to protect the people. Unless, why do we surrender our sovereignty to them? Why do we vote for them if they cannot protect us? We are not saying if they are smart enough, maybe who have this government, so they should know that Nigerians are equality. That's why we are the kind of government. So, but they should now protect that. And therefore, I'm challenging you. Let's bring an economist, a sum of removing 1.3 trillion
from
a office. What was the budget? No, was something trillion. The Buhari net office. No, about 4 or 5 trillion. The whole country, people, including paying pension and pensioners and teachers and civil servants. So now removing the crisis. If they need arrest, identify and arrest their collaborators, then I think this government is
the fact that the regulatory agencies probably didn't do anything about this. A lot of Nigerians were the deepest part of their minds. They are like, oh, we've messed up. A lot of them can
that they wanted to do it. Do you understand? I started them. I put the account only to fund it.
Just to fund it.
Only, and he told me that his friend did it after dropping $400, and they gave him $800, and he went to buy things. I don't believe in such things. And you know what he told me? He said, Daddy, you know what, you want to engage in fraud as well. Don't come to me. He was the one that didn't do it. So next time you see when we are talking.
Hello?
The same came after that.
There's one doggy coin or something.
Bring referrals.
While we move into the next conversation of cross carpeting, where is the place of poverty? It's like underdeveloped countries like Nigeria or these Ponzi scheme people. Do you remove the issue of poverty or people looking for? Somebody said it on X this morning that's the money you use obligation by going to perform the Hajj. So somebody saved enough from this scheme to go to the Holy Land and come back, and that costs a lot of money. Where do you put poverty? If we say there's greed, if you say there's maybe lack of information on all of this, but hey, if people which did,
well, we can blame poverty. But okay, right. That when some Nigerians contributed as much as 7 billion for IDP, yeah, right? Because they're building library and there's local contractors is going to go.
You don't even know the country the money has gone to.
We don't know the country the money is being 25 now. So and you can think, no matter how poor you are, if you can think, you should ask. Do get my point?
I'm with you.
You know, that money. What is the business? Okay, rice from Taiwan and see how much is sell Taiwan, how much is sell rice in Taiwan, how much does it get to Nigeria? You know, to see can make such profit. You say they are using this money to bring spare parts, or they are, no, I think you must know what they want to do with your money. You want to buy shares in that refinery now, you know what they are doing with your money. Okay, you know what to do, so you can monitor. But when people will not ask questions because they are gullible, they are uneducated, or few educated, they are greedy. So, and that's why you see many so-called educated falling into such simple thing. They are updating they want to change your, what call it, your SIM card.
And tell you to Hello?
And you also are take it from another level to stupid. You understand? Someone will call you and they will just small. Those boys are not intelligent. The father is concerned. They are not intelligent. Just to change it a bit. Exactly the same thing that we have many like that in Nigeria. You know, I think I have to blame something else of Christianity for that as well. That we have seen Christianity as a way of proposing to a pastor that before tomorrow you are going to make stupendous money. And then you got home and a friend came
informs you of a Ponzi scheme.
$400 on this business in 30 days.
That's sad.
My sister speaking to begin to dream of what is not. But the point we are making is that greed is there. And it's not because of greed. With the way the trend is the same trend, is the same thing they are doing. Nothing different. All this Ponzi is the same thing they are doing. But because they know Nigeria has many gullible people. And I said something, Oᴘᴇᴏ, because we are in politics, and policy here, that yes, at least we have many gullible people. And it's our gullibility that made us all the kind of government we are. Not gullible. Maybe we have a better democracy in Nigeria. Please protect them. Right? Protect them. Let them live. Let them survive. Because they are gullible. Right? It's like a father, whether your children are smart enough or they are not smart enough, to protect them. Nonetheless, before we leave out, all of us, I'll go and check all the, I think, to check the not plug iron outside, right? You understand? Not if they don't do that, I'll do that myself. You understand? So because as a father, you have to know you have the right to protect your family, right? So it will still come to you. And the way we are saying now that because government or the agencies of government did not do what it's supposed to do in time, the thing is coming to Tinubu, whether you like it or not. Because the number of poor people have increased astronomically. The number of people out of business have increased astronomically. The number of people that have no life savings again have increased astronomically. You know, and they will continue.
Hello.
The federal government that controls that, the federal government that controls the police, that controls the FCC, ICPC, DSS. So they are all many. They are all many for such almost a year. And Sᴛᴜ that left this country with 1.3 trillion. That means America will fill it back. It's not a big economy. They will fill it back. Talk less of Nigeria.
Mr. Adɪyemi, so let's leave this matter to one side. I know that a lot of people will still continue to lick their wounds and deep within their minds, they are counting their losses. But again, just like you said, there's the greed factor. There's also the failure of the regulatory agencies to spot such danger and alert the poor. Promise that they would help Nigerians to recover their funds. I would do just that. I'm really hoping that would happen. Let's see how much they can get back. But hey, Mr. Adɪyemi, let's talk some politics now. The Edo State used to be a PDP state and ultimately a PDP controlled House of Assembly. But since PC took over, Senator Monday Okpebholo, PC is the controlling bloc in the House. There's been wave of decamping from the PDP to the APC in the Edo State House of Assembly. So the APC had seen wave upon wave of decamping. Remember, the NNPP controls both quite much. I think the only one that is more than Lagos. But look at what has been happening. Senator had moved to the APC. About 6 House of Reps members are moving to the APC. The Kano State House of Assembly are also witnessing wave of movements. At this rate, Mr. Adɪyemi, the 7th election.
You know, I think there should be a serious concern. I'm sure when Aristotle and the founding fathers of democracy, I think we are thinking, developing this system of government. Never anticipate what is happening in Nigeria. Maybe they will have, I think, people. So not the way we are going about it. As you rightly said, okay, no, as well to do a project. Road has been defined in the Second Republic, not people, just like Sokoto Lagos Road, and this could tax Nigerians only irrespective of Lagos end of the project, only to flag off the Calabar axis of it. And the PDP governor that is party is doing everything humanly possible to put acts together and wrestle power from APC government. Now, so much, maybe I don't know if it was given part of the contract or people were given, so I can't understand. To have said that Tinubu will complete second term. So he has ruled out impeachment. And the government has said it too, or just a party shifting. We are talking of a governor. Can we know what kind of leaders do we have? Is it not time for us to begin to examine and review our recruitment process? Even is not too early for any sensible opposition man without the campaign, without leading, to have said that you can condemn the president for this project. Yes, whatever is good, that is good. You can say, well, this is a very good project that will improve the economy, increment in taxation and everything tariffs Nigerians are paying. That if you are using such money for physical. But to the extent of now saying that Tinubu has won second term, Tinubu has completed 8 years. Are you God? You can see the level of that governor is. You know, it's quite unfortunate and it's so sad. What signal is this sending us, man? And the same people are the ones fighting wicked before. You know, it's quite unfortunate that PDP is gone. But we never knew that at least the undertaking the grave, those guys are working 24 hours. So that's perhaps one of the contracts I think ever been executed so fast in this country. I think a lot of people digging grave of PDP. why we are saying this, you see in Edo was absolutely control. People was absolute control
of the structure in the state.
And then to play the politics as it were and match him. They have the power. Simply because they don't know that some of the people we have as lawmakers, some of them did not merit it. So the power, the mantle they carry, they didn't know it.
Sure.
Because that's why people check them. But all of them are now falling over each other to become to APC because of the perks of office. So they want to play opposition. The same thing is what we are talking about, the so-called governor of the same thing we are talking about, where NNPP is falling by the day. And the structure, the only state NNPP is controlling. Each of them become to APC now. So what left of a virtue in Labour Party did not compute. As I don't see them go to APC. So they go to APC. They now begin to imagine, as APC achieved any substantial
to have been attractive.
You understand? Because we look, and that's why we are saying that is the political actors that determine the pendulum where it swings. They don't consider the plight of ordinary to anywhere. They can tell us the Nigerian economy has never been so good. When we know that even to buy bread now, a loaf of bread, 2,000 naira. Do you understand? 800 naira bread. Do you understand? My grandchild, 4 years. Do you understand? Finished it yesterday. 800 naira bread. Do they have me? Yes, we will go, but the election they want to decide who's going to be the party. So we are still believing that maybe something will be a miracle happen. We are expecting miracle. And because it's not good for democracy. Is the Labour Party a call opposition when you're talking of having three chairmen? Is that the opposition? Is it the PDP you want to call the opposition? When the governors, the BOT, the National Executive Council of the meeting
can remove him.
We can see the statement of the governor saying that maybe until the party caucus of the party present another when the court. But all these things happening because people pulling the strings somewhere understand that their own bread is easier than it's not fun to dispense with. So they're not expensive. But this one, give them 2 slices of yam. How bread and butter politician in the opposition party, there is no hope for democracy. Multiple party system, that's the jury. But the fact of, in reality, in fact, we come to pass that 5 governors
on their way.
People are from now. Even
Governor Fintiri, a lot of people are already saying, could he be on
the
Kano State?
On matter, don't understand that the guy is still going to APC. So on our fingertips now, so we can count 3 that are on their way to, which is already on his way. Because once one people said it's on his way, allegedly on his way, there's alleged. Before he became governor, I was a part of the current Pastor Eno. Because I met him in Akwabon, right? To move complete tomorrow, leave the state, and to move the country. Don't say never. After that, after when we do our analysis, we use our money supposed to be. Do you understand? So that's what to be. But they are not interested in common man. What comes to them and their pockets. So and we do someone negotiate your interest at that. so easy. And what's our interest in Nigeria? We are getting poor. There's hunger in the land. Different people took off again.
Because you don't know what the billion from the other side will be.
So start playing there. Because how much are they earning and how much I think what's the cost of living house on NLC? I said they should go beyond this nonsense. They should index the salary. Right? Do you remember that?
Yes,
when
we
they
did.
were go to Pepe than they were. And then just and the way it's supposed to have done to make sure that what you had is not do that one. So I think I know where do you know what? Okay?
I'm with you, sir.
Have you ever heard it? They're very pepperish. People in Aᴅᴇɪᴇ, they think they are having whatever they wanted. For us, they are scrambling to partake in the pepper soup. They're already at the crossroads.
It's a bad place to be, and it's even worse. And this will take us to a lot of time on the CBEX conversation, but it was really important we clear the air so that people can their money's back during the MMM. And a lot of them still, the tanker damage because of poverty. The reason we went into poverty, so everything is now somebody that puts $6,000, $10,000 in a locked wallet account in the name of Ponzi. Is that also poverty? $10,000, Mr. DM, is a lot of money. That's almost about 50.
That's about 310,000 naira.
Exactly.
So you can use 320,000 naira. How much? If a graduate in Lagos, how much are they paying them? How much is salary? $2,200. The minimum. At least to gamble.
I mean, that's what it is. They said everything is risk. Like hoping that by next week Wednesday, the president will be back from his working visit in France, understanding the fact that his principal responsibility absolutely and is failing terribly, especially when you understand that almost 160 people have been killed, gruesomely murdered in Plateau State in the last 2 weeks, and the president we are on tourism say that 63 president. How much more time do you think the president needs in France or wherever he is? And while the house burned, they said, Fɪᴛᴜᴜᴜ. I don't think it's a good thing. It doesn't look good for our democracy. Constantly protesting and telling the military to leave. Even when this democracy, he led many protests, even during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. And then look at spending time with me on the show today. I'm hoping that by next week Thursday, when you join me again, the president will be back in. Okay.
Once the president is back.
Okay, that's something I don't know, Mr. DME.
If I would have watching it, I think I would have promised the part of the expert.
I trust it. Political editor of Guardian newspaper, and of course, we've looked at the issue of some people said it's this and that, whatever it is, over 1 trillion. That is as worse as investing and not seeing a return on that investment. Well, what got on Friday, we treat all of the messages to Ponzi schemes. They promised to double this. It paid me a lot, but I've learned tomorrow. My name is Oᴏᴜᴜ. The next stop is Mainland FM Sunset News from 5:30, and by 6 o'clock we'll come back to give you everything you need at Emirates Stadium and 2-1 at the magnificent Santiago Bernabéu. We'll talk about
fantastic conversation.